Granite virtual players who have brought you online shows like Prometheus the Godfather, Trifles, and The Diary of Adam and Eve present The Cavalcade of America, starring Tylar, Lawton.
Oh, wow, thank you. Wow, this is so... Well, anyway, well, good evening. This is Tyler Lawton. Tonight's cavalcade is called South of Cape Horn. When you hear it, keep in mind that it happened 200 years ago. It's a true sea story with a surprise ending. A deep-sea yarn about superstitious sailors and ghost ships.
The time of our play, 1820. The place, a home, Stonington, Connecticut.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Palmer and Mrs. Palmer. I'm taking a fleet of 8 vessels down after seal. Your son Nat served me well last year as mate in the Hercelia, and I think he's ready for command.
Oh, fine, Captain, fine. You're giving him the Hercelia, then.
Well, no. I want Nat to take out the sloop Hero.
The Hero? Oh, why, man, you can't mean what you're saying. The Hero, indeed. Why, no boat that size could last 10 minutes south of the Cape.
They were talking about me, Nat Palmer, and I knew it.
How dare you?
Maybe I shouldn't have listened outside the door, but I wanted that little sloop. I mean, I wanted her very much. So I listened to my father and Captain Pendleton in my mother's neat parlor.
Oh, I know the boat's on the small side, Mr. Palmer.
On the small side?
But we need a fast, shallow draft boat for scout service. We'll be searching out new seal islands and speed.
Small is she? Why, she's no bigger than a pumpkin seed in a high wind. I'm a shipbuilder, sir, and I say it'd be murder to send my son 9,000 miles in that. Ooh, that slop jar.
Now, Nathaniel.
Oh, be quiet, Mercy. 1 foot freeboard she has. 1 foot. All right for Long Island Sound, maybe, but just...
Now, Nathaniel, don't get all worked up. I'm sure Captain Pendleton knows what he's about.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mrs. Palmer, do you mean to say you want your son and mine to go hooting off to the South Pole in a leaky old cockle shell?
No, I don't. But I expect Nat's got his mind set on it, and he's just as stubborn as his father. Besides, it isn't every Stonington boy gets to be a captain at 20.
All right then. We'll leave it up to the boy. After all, he is a Connecticut Palmer. If anybody can do it, he can.
Good.
Oh, and speak of the devil.
Evening, folks. Captain Pendleton.
Nat?
Yes. Son, do you know what this is about?
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you think you can take the sloop Hero to the Seal Islands and back? You know the boat, boy.
Yes, sir, I know her. She's tricky to handle, but there's no vessel bigger than a skip I can't take anywhere on Earth and back. Well, when do we start, Captain? And so the Stonington expedition set out for the seal-rich islands of the deep South Atlantic. There were 5 brigs and 2 big schooners, and then me and the little Hero, like the terrier at the heels of 7 Great Danes. Off Block Island on August 1st, 1820, I took my departure and set my course. We had a crew of 4 in the Hero, with Phineas Wilcox as mate.
What's the course, Captain?
Southeast by east, Finn.
Southeast by east she is.
We'll let the Irishmen take the wheel. Hey there, O'Toole.
Aye, sir.
Take the helm, O'Toole. Jump to it.
Yes, sir. Very good, sir.
How am I doing, Finn?
I declare, Nat, you sound like you was born to be a sea captain.
Oh, well, maybe I was, Finn. Maybe I was. And a month later, I wrote in my log, September 1st, 1820. Off the Brazils, having passed the calms of Capricorn, set course to reach southward inside the Falkland Islands. Followed for the past 3 days by a shark, many petrels. During O'Toole's watch at the helm, I ordered Phineas to kill the shark with a rifle.
Oh, the good Lord save us! You've killed a stormy petrel instead of the shark.
What of it? Look out, I'll try again.
What of it, he says? Have you never heard what happens to the man who harms St. Peter's bird? Here now, here's the captain. You ask him. Young as he is, he knows.
What do I know, Mike?
'Tis most grievous bad luck for to kill a petrel, so it is.
Bad luck, is it? Well, it's bad luck for the shark, maybe. Just let me have the gun, Finn.
Here, and yonder's the shark again, look!
Oh, got him. First try. That looked like bad luck, O'Toole.
Well, maybe no, maybe yes. But there's one thing you'll not be denying, sir. This time of year, and south of Bucco, them there birds mean heavy weather.
October 1st, 1820, in latitude of Cape Horn. I've logged nearly 9,000 miles from point of departure. There's been heavy seas, sleet, rain, fog, frozen rigging. Been 3 days without sleep. Even O'Toole was too done in to tell us ghost tales. But Mike had said about the stormy petrel, it worried me. For if anyone ever needed luck, we did. And so one moonlight night, beyond the great storm, with all of us taking our ease on deck, well, one of the boys made homesick music on his harmonica. Mike,
Yes, sir.
about the petrel we killed.
Think nothing of it, sir. 'Tis past and gone. Listen now to the lovely music and how it talks of home.
But, Mike, you were right about the weather. Maybe I'm right about bad luck. What is the story?
Well, since you insist, then I'll tell you. When a man is lost at sea, one of them great little birds it is what bears off his soul to the throne of grace itself. But, mind you, if the man has killed such a bird, there's none left to honor his poor lost spirit, and so he must wander up and down and across all the 7 seas in a ship full of ghosts like the likes of himself until the judgment day. Oh, 'tis most grievous bad luck for to kill a petrel, so it is. So it is.
November 12th, 1820. I reached rendezvous at Ragged Island only a day behind Schooner Express, the last of the fleet. Reported to Captain Pendleton.
Well, boy, you don't know how glad I am to see you. I promised your parents I'd keep
Yes,
an eye on
I
you.
know. Just, maybe Father is right.
You're not discouraged, boy.
No, but don't you think, sir, you'd better stop calling me boy?
You've done a man's work, huh? Yes, I can see you have. All right, Captain Palmer. There's more such work to be done.
Yes, sir.
I have disappointing news, Captain. The Britisher that was here last year, the Santo, well, she must have spread the good word. There's been a fleet in the islands before us, and we are going to have to scurry for seals. I want you to take the Hero out again and search for new seal beaches.
In the course, sir.
Due south, Captain Palmer. Due south.
Okay, the latitude, Finn, is 68 degrees south. Alright, I want you to remember that. No ship big or little has ever sailed this far south before. And leastwise, if they did, they never got back to say so.
Gosh, Nat.
I just want you to remember. Just in case you get back to Pendleton and I don't. Understand?
You figure one of us might...
One of us might not get back, yes, but look, I don't want to scare you, Finn, but we're in a bad spot. Now, when did we first sight land to the south?
10 days ago, Nat. And no seals. No seals at all.
There's been no seals on the beaches, but there's plenty of land. We followed this coast, and I've charted it accurate for 300 miles. If it's an island, Finn, it's a mighty big island.
But no seals. Nary a cub.
Seals may not be so important later on. That's why I want you to remember the figures, Finn. Maybe this is bigger than seals, and the money they bring. I mean, they could be... I don't know.
Oh, all I know is we've been becalmed now for 3 days, and it's about time we caught a trace of breeze. O'Toole says that
Finn,
we're...
Look, O'Toole's a good man, but he imagines things. I mean, right now, he's telling us about this
Imagine
coast.
things, do I? Begging your pardon, sir, but do I imagine that we've been rolling here into fog for 3 whole days? Do I imagine that I can't see my hand before my face for the great thick fog at all?
Nat, listen, Nat. Do you hear what I hear?
Music. But what kind of music? I've never heard anything like it.
Well, you'd be saying I was imagining things now if I said it was the music of ghosts and them making merry over dead men's bones. Do I imagine that music, Captain?
It stopped. Mike, we must have imagined it. No ship's keel has cut these waters since time began. And I'll not be frightened of a little tinkle in the fog. Mr. Wilcox!
Yes, sir.
It's time to change the watch. Will you strike 8 bells, mister?
Sure, Nat. Gosh.
There. Did you hear that? No, Captain Palmer. A ghost ship. That's what it is. A ghost ship out there waiting for us.
You are listening to South of Cape Horn, starring Tylar Lawton on the Cavalcade of America, presented by the Granite Virtual Players. And now a word from our house manager, Warren Usey.
The Granite Theatre began as a church in 1849, built in the iconic Greek Revival style. However, the building has been used as a theater since the 1960s and was lovingly restored in 2000 through the generosity of Paul D. Lynch, Thomas F. Black, the Kimball Foundation, and Stuart Pucci. The Granite Theatre established nonprofit status in 2012 with a threefold mission: to provide year-round, high-quality live theater, develop and deliver theater education for all ages, and to act as a steward of the Granite Theatre building to preserve this iconic and historic building. We know this year has been hard on everyone, but we have all managed to pull together and lean into the change. In July, we made the jump to Zoom and have plans to continue our virtual shows in the new year. We are currently mentoring students from local high schools to help them achieve their educational goals despite the pandemic. Tylar Lawton, the star of tonight's show, is one of them. To continue to show our support and dedication to the community, we have partnered with other local nonprofits to donate a percentage of our proceeds. The Granite Theatre still needs your support, now more than ever. We are determined to continue to adapt and provide our audiences with quality entertainment as long as we can. Please consider making a tax-deductible donation today by visiting granitetheatre.com. That's theater with an R-E, granitetheatre.com.
"200 years ago, Nat Palmer took a tiny sailboat, only 47 feet in length, into the uncharted waters of the Antarctic. This is his story."
So there we were, 6 months and 9,000 sea miles south of home, and becalmed and fog bound off an unknown coast. All through the night, the ship's bell aboard the Hero found its echo around that freezing smother of fog. I mean, no other ship could be there. I knew it. We all knew it. And yet, at 6 bells, in the first great light of dawn... Wait. Everyone, listen. Everyone, listen now. Quiet!
There it goes again. Lordy, Nat, do you think O'Toole could be right? Is it a ghost ship? Nat, what are we going to do?
Just wait. It's all we can do. Wait, but hold on now. Is that a bit of a breeze? Oh, it is that. That's just what we need. Look, rouse up the men, Finn. We'll get underway at last.
Look, the fog's clearing a bit.
I can see it is. Just get the men.
Yes, sir. O'Toole, Nelson, all of you, all hands on deck. Ready to make sail, Nat.
Wait a minute. Look, off the starboard bow. There's your ghost.
It's a frigate, a man of war. Look at those guns.
Not very tidy for a naval craft. Patched sails, slack sheets, and, paint peeling off.
'Tis the Flying Dutchman itself! Oh, Lord save us all! Why did I ever leave Ballyconnell?
I'll belay that guff O'Toole. She's solid enough, and she's swarming with men. I never saw the like of those uniforms, though.
Spirits, they are! Poor lost souls!
Quiet, man. They're running up a flag.
The flag of the doomed, belike!
Well, whatever flag it is, I've never seen it before. Wait, now they're lowering a boat. Lads, we're about to receive visitors.
Nat, there's a fair breeze now. We could be off and out of here in 2 shakes. For God's sake, Nat, give the order.
Well, we could get away if they didn't blow us out of the water first. But look, I've got a notion to see this through. I just want to find out what it's all about. Nelson,
Yes, sir.
bring my pistols from the cabin and the rifles from the lock rack. Here's the key, just hurry.
Aye, aye, sir.
Little good guns'll do against dead men. Then them walking their corpses around in the light of the morning, bold as you please.
Mike, if I didn't know you for a brave man, I'd clap you in the irons. We'll have no more ghost talk.
No, sir. I mean, yes, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Here comes the boat. Land sakes! Look at that officer in the stern sheets. Dressed up like a Christmas tree all over medals.
Ahoy there! What ship are ye?
Roll me down. It can talk.
What's he saying?
No, he wants to know who we are. Just thinks we're the ghosts, maybe.
Who are you? Where are you from?
The sloop hero, Stonington, Connecticut. Nathaniel Palmer commanding. Give him a hand over the rail, O'Toole.
Me? Me, sir. Me, Toots?
I said help him over the rail and jump to it.
Aye, aye, sir.
He's pointing to the frigate.
Well, I guess they want us to join the other ghosts over yonder. Very good, mister. We'll come. Understand?
Good.
Gosh, Nat, you ain't going over there.
Oh, sure thing. And so are you. Bring the log, Finn. I have a feeling we'll need it. Keep that pistol where you can reach it quick. Come along.
Sloppiest vessel I ever saw, Nat. Where you suppose they're taking us?
To the cabin, I guess. You got a good hold of that gun.
Yes, sir.
This way, police.
In here?
Da, in here. The captain's cabin. Enter.
Finn, do you see what I see?
Gosh, Nat, they must be ghosts. No human beings ever dress up like that. There's the high priest.
Just be quiet, Finn.
Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome.
Oh, you speak English?
But certainly, I have spent many years in London. Allow me to present myself. I am Captain Fadil Tadeusz von Bellingshausen, commanding the frigate Vostok in the service of His Imperial Majesty Alexander I, Tsar of all the Russias. And you, sir?
Captain Nathaniel Palmer, commanding the sloop hero out of Stonington, Connecticut, USA, in search of seal.
Do you mean to tell me you have journeyed this far south in that little shallop out there, no bigger than the Vostok's launch?
Yes, sir. We sailed from Stonington in August 1820, 6 months ago.
Wonderful, wonderful. May I present my officers? Lieutenant Rimsky, Lieutenant Parfin, Ensign Sumarov, your escort, Ensign Kirillov, and Lieutenant Pavlov.
Well, I'm happy to know you, gentlemen. This is my mate, Phineas Wilcox, also of Stonington.
Gosh, I sure am glad to know you. Lordy, I sure am. I thought you was
Oh, well,
spirits.
my men thought your vessel was a ghost ship, sir, earlier this morning.
Ours is a mission of exploration, my boy. We seek new lands for His Imperial Majesty here in the Antarctic. And 3 days ago, we thought we saw islands ahead.
That would be the South Shetlands, the Seal Islands. You know, if you wish to visit any of them, it'll afford me great pleasure to be your pilot.
But, my boy, no islands have ever been charted in that position. How could you possibly...
How we found them, sir, last year, in the Hercilia brig.
But, my dear boy, we have been sailing triangular courses south of 60 degrees for a year, all through these waters. And we saw no islands, no land at all in that long time.
Well, if it's a land you're looking for, Captain, there's a mighty big chunk of it just south of here. I mapped 300 miles of coastline before the fog set in. I never did see the end of it.
Captain Palmer, may I examine your charts and your log, sir?
Certainly. I brought him along. Had a hunch somebody might want to have a look. Finn?
Here you are, Nat.
Captain, you'll find the new coastal charts in the back.
Thank you, Captain Palmer. I shall ask the steward to bring in tea and vodka. Pavlov, pardon, the rest of you, take a look at this. Over here, in the light.
All right, Finn. You can let go of that pistol now.
My fingers sort of grew around it, Nat. Say, what's this vodka?
It's like rum, but you know, it's only stronger. I mean, you'll like it.
Not for breakfast, I won't. I'm hungry.
Captain Palmer, sir, if this map is accurate, and I can see that you're a meticulous workman, sir, you will soon be a famous man. And I must report to my Imperial Master that my mission has failed.
Oh, my sir, I didn't realize you were
Captain,
on a
what is
mission.
your greatest ambition, your fondest hope?
It's to build fine ships, sir. Fast ships. Faster ships than anyone else has built before.
I'm certain you will accomplish that aim too in time. But destiny has touched you early, boy. So very early.
I'm afraid I don't understand, sir.
Captain, for 2 centuries, geographers have believed in the existence of a South Polar landmass. I have been one who so believed, and I have devoted my life to exploration, dreaming that I might one day find this long-imagined land. That was my secret mission, and my heart's desire. You have been my anticipator, Captain Palmer.
Well, Captain, I guess I'm sorry.
Ah, Ivan, you're just in time. Take each of you a glass, gentlemen. I shall give you a toast. Captain Palmer, Leif Erikson had his predecessors, his anticipators, and all their names have been lost to history. We do not know for certain the identities of the original great discoverers. You, my boy, will be alone in your fame. Gentlemen, charge your glasses. I give you Captain Nathaniel Palmer, discoverer of the Antarctic continent and the first continent finder whose name will be known to all the world. Zdravie!
Well, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Zdravia.
Great jumping. Gosh almighty.
And that is how a continent was found. The Russian captain was right. This continent finder's name is known to all the world. Today, that part of the Antarctic continent he found is known as Palmer's Land. And the Russian captain was right on another point, too. 23 years after the cruise of the hero, in 1844, At Brown and Bell Shipyard in New York City, there was launched a beautiful ship, one of the loveliest objects ever fashioned for utility by the hand and brain of man. She was called the Hoopla, one of the first clipper ships launched upon the seven seas, designed by Captain Nathaniel Brown Palmer of Stonington in Connecticut. And now, here's our board member from the Social Media Committee, Chelsea Mitchell.
Thank you all so much. Thank you. So our co-presenter this evening was the Stonington Historical Society, who provided us with the script and the portraits you're seeing for our production this evening. Headquartered in Captain Nat's own house, the Stonington Historical Society's mission is to preserve, interpret, and celebrate the history of all of Stonington. They offer year-round programming, 2 beautiful museums dedicated to the maritime legacy of southeastern Connecticut, and a research library with access to records dating back to the 17th century. To find out what's coming up next, head over to their website, stoningtonhistory.org, and click on the Programs and Events calendar.
And here's our resident actor, Paula Glen, with a timely tip to help you with your shopping needs.
McQuaid's Marketplace is a great place to shop locally this holiday season. At McQuaid's, all their meals and bakery items are made from scratch, right in their own kitchens, using the freshest ingredients. They never compromise on quality, so you can be sure that your carefully prepared holiday meals are the best they can possibly be. McQuaid's Marketplace has 3 convenient locations in Westerly, Jamestown, and Mystic, and are open 7 days a week, starting at 7 a.m. Support local businesses this holiday season. Be sure to stop in and check out their weekly specials or visit mcquaidsmarket.com.
South of Cape Horn is directed by Tylar Jahumpa. The music and sound provided by yours truly, John Lamar. Tonight's story was written by George Faulkner, based on a portion of the book Clipper Ship Men by Alexander Lang, published by Duell, Sloan, and Pierce. Featured in the cast were John Mcelroy as Mr. Palmer, Warren Usey as Phineas, Jeff Blanchette as Ballenhausen, and Paula Glen as O'Toole. South of Cape Horn comes to you from the virtual stage of the Granite Theatre in Westerly, Rhode Island, and is presented with the Stonington Historical Society. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll see you the next time.